Hi, my name is Newell Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to go over our ENC tote. Now, it has been a long time since our last update. It's been 29 days. I did not plan to let it go this long, but things kind of got busy in my life, and I just have not had a chance to check on it. So with that, we're going to take a look at it. We're going to see how the worms are doing. We're going to add some food for sure this time, and maybe some bedding if they need it. And we're actually probably some bedding to cover up the food. But we are going to be needing to add stuff to the system, I'm sure. I'm sure the worms are really hungry right now, although there was a lot of bedding in there. I'm sure it is gone, or the majority of it is. Now, just as a quick reminder, if you're looking to purchase any of these items you see in my videos, you can go to worldofcompost.com, and I have links to them. So please check it out. With that, let's go to the worm bin. Alright, as you can see here, our last update in feeding was in the center here on 7/11, and today is 8/9 or August 9th, so it's been a while. And with that, let's go ahead and take our cover off here and take a look. By the way, you might see the power flicker on and off here. This is part of the reason why I haven't done many videos. We've actually been losing power quite frequently, it feels like lately. Hopefully they're working that out with the equipment, but overall, let's take a look at this lid here. I'm not seeing any cocoons. I do see a couple mites, and I see a couple worms right there where I'm pointing with my pinky. There's some worms over there. So overall, not much going on the cover here. We're going to put that off to the side, and we're going to take a look in this system. I already see on top here one cocoon right here. Look at that. You see on the tip of my finger there is one cocoon. So that's a good sign. The worms are still having babies in here. All right, let me just see if there's anything else here. By the way, this is just some diatomaceous earth on my gloves. It's from when I did the other system updates that I've done. And as you can tell here, we've got some dry areas over here. Actually, push this down just a little bit. And some dry areas up here on the top. Moist all the way through because of the fact that we had the cover going all the way across. And let's go ahead and start over here digging on this side. And look at that. We already got our first worm in here. This worm looks really, really nice and healthy. And there's more worms in there. But these worms look really, really healthy. From what I can tell, feels a little bit dry. But there's still a little bit of bedding left, which they can work on. But look at that. You can see the worms in here. They look good. This material looks fantastic too. I think these European Nightcrawlers do a great job of converting food and bedding into castings. We've got some little worms here in the system still. Good population though. I really expected these worms to sort of thin out in population being in this small system, but that really has not been the case, I feel. I'd be curious, if you guys have anything else that's going on with your systems where you feel the worms are thinning out over the European Nightcrawlers and smaller systems, let me know. But this is really works surprisingly well. You can see it feels like every handful has worms in it. They look healthy. They're not quite as big per se, but they look very healthy. And I was not really expecting that. I've heard that a lot of people have had issues, actually, I thought, running them in bins like this. You see right down there, you got some more worms. But they look great. This material looks great. Let's go ahead and dig into this center section here. Let's just see here. Did they go through all the food that's in here? That's the real question. It looks like we've got some bedding in the bottom here that they're really starting to work into. And you can see there's lots of worms. We got a worm right here and a worm over here. Little worm right there. Look at that little guy. Look at that little one right there. So they're really starting to work on this bedding material. I'm sure it's nice and microbial rich, but they can tell that they're really... It looks like maybe there's a piece of food here. Well, no, I think it's just more bedding material. Maybe it's stuck with some food on it. But look at that. You can tell that they're really going to town on this stuff. It's a great sign. Push that back over. Oh, wow. Look at this down right here as well. What's interesting is they've lost some of their color near the bottom here. I wonder if they're kind of pressed in a little bit too much. You know, it seems like there's a little bit more pressure there at the bottom, and I wonder if that's causing something with discoloration. But some of them, or if these are just older or something, because the younger one right here looks perfectly fine with their color. So I don't know if that's a thing or not, if they lose their color or change colors based on pressure or what it is, but some of them do seem a little bit more yellow. Might be also a nutrition imbalance or something. Maybe they need some more food or different foods to help keep that red coloring or reddish brown coloring. Let's get one more handful here from the top. Again, material looks great. Taking a little bit of time on the cardboard here. I thought it might be a little bit more gone than it is, but I think it's also kind of pressed together, which is part of the problem. But overall, they did a very good job on this food over here. Not surprising, after this long, it's gone. Let's just go ahead and check on this side over here. And look at this material. This just looks phenomenal. This is ready to probably go outside, really. Got a little bit of cardboard left in there, but I mean, it's almost all castings and the cocoa coir. And I have to say, these worms have been doing very well in this system. It really sort of surprised me. I did not think that they would do well. But no, they're doing great. So we're going to go ahead and move these guys out of the way. Just pile them up on here. And we're going to do a feeding on this side. Now, I thought about what I was going to feed them, and I have a couple things that I could do. I could either do standard bananas and stuff. I could throw in some corn cobs that are a little tougher, or I could give them a treat, which I think I'm going to do, which is some watermelon. Now, we've had, as I said, a lot of power issues in the house. We've had some storms roll through and knock out power equipment, and it's been very hot. I mean, we've had temperatures of near 90 degrees in the house because of no air conditioning for multiple hours. Including for one point over 15 hours straight of no power. So we're going to be, I think, we're going to do the nice thing. We're going to give them some stuff that's going to kind of cool down this system. I think the Europeans do a little bit better when it's cooler. So we're going to give them a nice feeding here of watermelon. So I've got watermelon in this container here, and we're going to go ahead and put some of this in there. Now, first thing, you're going to hear some banging. I just got to get these apart. They're all frozen together. There we go. One big smash. Now we can go ahead and grab some chunks out of here. And as I said, we're going to spoil them today because I'm hoping to get back here a little bit sooner because they'll be able to whip through this probably pretty quickly, but also this gives them something that'll cool this down with the frozen food, but also get a whole bunch of moisture in here. It looks like a good consistency, but so we're not going to add any moisture, but the cardboard will soak it up at the bottom. So I think it's a good amount in there right now. And then what we're going to do is we are going to add, I'm going to grab a mask. So as I've been telling people, I wear these N95 masks when I'm working with my crushed crab and eggshell. I'm going to throw this on real quick. So if I sound a little muffled, it's because the mask, we've got our crushed crab and eggshell right here. Got to protect my lungs. So there we go. Got that on there. And now what we want to do is add a little bit more paper on top of this. This is just going to keep, as I've said in the past, going to just sort of protect the worms. And I know somebody had mentioned about putting on this, the crushed crab and eggshell actually before I add this stuff to the freezer. And I should be doing that probably. I should probably try that out. I haven't tried it yet, but that'd probably be a good idea to do. Now I'm going to build this side up a little bit more than the others, as I typically do. So this side is higher than over here. And just like that. That looks pretty good. Smooth it out. Again, no insects in this bin or anything really. I saw maybe a couple mites, but that's it. I mean, really, this bin's doing phenomenal. Last thing we need to do is we need to add our label down here at the bottom. Let me grab my tape. I did not actually pre-do it this time, so I got to write this down that it's August 9th. And that we have to do our little dash for the feeding. So that's it for this system. Luckily we didn't lose power. It was flickering before. I wasn't sure I was going to get to make a video today. As I said, it's been a little rough here lately with power loss. But there we go. And our system is now updated. Let me just cover this up. I'm not going to add any water. I do feel that it's a little bit dry, but at the same time, watermelon has a lot of water in it. I don't want it to get compressed down too much and really start to cause issues, so we're going to go ahead and put that back on top. That's going to help reflect any of that extra water back in. And we are good to go. Put this back on the shelf. So if you have any questions or concerns, let me know down in the comments, and thank you for watching.